save the Queen. Da 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 da, send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the Queen. Parshat Shemini is a very weird parsha. It starts off with the end of the organisation of the Mishkan, and it begins on the 8th day, when Aaron is beginning to do all his work of being Kohen Gadol. He starts giving sacrifices, starts doing various things. And then suddenly it switches. It moves on to a complete new subject about the death of Nadav and Avihu. And then once again, it switches on from that almost immediately onto laws of kashrut. And the question is, why does it keep switching? Why doesn't it stay on one subject? Because on the next two parashiyot, all speak about Saras, Tazrim and Sarah, they're all about the same thing. It never actually moves away from the topic. Similarly, Vayikra and Sab, they're all about the Karbanos and how Mishkan got set up. So why is Parshat Shemini so different in that it changes its subject so quickly and so often? And I think to answer that, we have to use a contemporary example from today. I want you to imagine a situation. It's the first 30 days of Donald Trump's presidency. And he decides, you know what, I'm going to put in my flagship policy. I'm going to build a wall with Mexico. And as soon as he makes the announcement, his Secretary of Homeland Security gets an interview. And they ask him, so what do you think about the policy? You know, obviously we think you support it. And he's in the middle of the interview, he's like talking away about it, how he likes pros, how it's all great, and then he slips up. And he lets loose that he actually thinks it's a racist policy and that it shouldn't be done. The president has no choice but to fire him. That's it. Now, he could keep speaking about the wall. He could keep trying to get through Congress, trying to get people on board, trying to show that it's the best policy he has, and that's the reason why it's his flagship policy. Instead, what does he do? He leaves it. He moves on to something else. He moves on to a new subject, and about 2 months later, he reintroduces it back again and tries to push it through Congress again. I think we see a similar idea in Parshat Shemini. We were just speaking about all the things that Aaron HaKohen had to do. All the stuff about the Karbanos, about what the role the Kohanim would do, about sprinkling the blood of the Mizbeach. Everything to do with the Mishkan. And then suddenly we move on to Nadav and Avihu. And it seems to be sort of correlated because their sin was bringing a Korban into the Kodesh Kodashim when they weren't meant to. So, as soon as we realise that, and Hashem therefore takes the opportunity, as soon as that has happened, as soon as his two firstborn sons die, he says, okay, I'm going to comfort Aaron, but then we're going to move on. And we're going to reintroduce all things about Karbanos and about the Kohen Gadol and about what he's got to do in a Karban Parashiyah's time. In Acharei Mot, we finally reintroduce the subject of Nadav and Avihu dying, and we start talking about Yom Kippur service and what Aaron HaKohen has to do during that. Just as at the time that Hashem decided that it was a good idea to comfort Aaron, and then after he'd done that, he decided to move on and sort of try to distract Aaron from the subject, me saying, and sort of introduce a subject which he doesn't actually necessarily have to do so much with. Saras, okay, the Kohen Gadol, the Kohen has to come check on the person who's got Saras, or the house, or the clothes, and then decide whether they're Tameh or Tahor. But it's not a major role, there's no one relying on him. For example, the Karbonos, the Chatas, it's all about Bnei Yisrael relying on Aaron HaKohen to be their connection with Hashem. By reintroducing Saras, it's sort of saying, okay, you're less reliant on now, we're taking the pressure off you. So you can sort of go back, sort of collect your thoughts and sort of look back on why your sons died and what you can do better. I think we should take a similar lesson in life. When something bad happens to us, wherever it may be, maybe a relative dying, maybe we failed an exam, wherever it may be, you may be completely distraught about it. Think about the world's going to end and that you can't possibly do anything more about it. You should first of all say, okay, maybe it wasn't the best thing to happen, I'll try harder next time. Then take a step back, involve yourself with something else. Start doing a new project, a new hobby, and then in a couple of months' time, return to what you were doing and try again.